Peace and blessings, everyone. Welcome back to the Humble Servant Homestead, guys. I am back out in the garden once more again. And of course, where I'm at in the garden at this moment is where we plant all of our herbs. Well, I won't say where we plant all of our herbs because on the outside of the garden, we also have herbs planted in that area as well. But I am also getting ready to come on in and start harvesting some. I think it's about that time to harvest some thyme. So come on over here. We're going to talk a little bit about this thyme right here, guys, and also how you can go about expanding the thyme out inside of your garden. Okay, of course, as you all can see, the thyme, it grows pretty low to the ground. It's not like your rosemary right here that grow pretty tall. Your thyme, it's almost as if it likes to sprout a little bit as it grow on the ground. But yes, thyme is one of those things that is I don't even have a leaf, but all I did was rub my hand on the thyme and you can smell that beautiful aroma. Okay, now of course, put a little disclaimer out there. I am not a medical doctor nor a physician. Needless to say, this thyme right here, guys, have so much benefits that can help the body, and not just the body, but hey, just overall health. Okay, so of course, as you all can see, when we first came on in and plant this thyme right here, I believe it been right at about 2 years now. Okay, since then we have came on in and we have take some cuttings from this thyme and plant out, and so of course the bed only gets bigger and bigger over a period of time. All right, so we're going to go ahead right now and touch on the health benefit of this herb right here, and that's the reason why we plant it. And we also have so much, but of course, you know, we cannot utilize all this thyme all by ourselves. So of course, as the time grows, what we come on in and do, we can cut it, we can dry it, and then use it at a later date. Now, as we go along, we're going to talk a little bit about what we use this thyme for here on the homestead. Okay, so of course, while I am in the process, guys, of coming in and filling a few orders for this thyme right here, we're going to talk now about the benefit of thyme. This thyme right here, it is antifungal. Okay, so helps with bacteria and all that different kind of stuff. If you have, say for instance, a wound on your hand that needs to be cleaned up, you can simply go ahead and use that thyme to help with that. And it is also antifungal, guys. Okay, so hey, that is just another great benefit right there of the thyme. Now, if you have high blood pressure, this thyme right here will also helps to regulate your blood pressure, guys. So why not plant thyme? You know, now one of the things that we also use the thyme for here on the homestead. Now, yes, I am going to give away my wife Remedy that we use here because of course we are also here to help to share information to help with wellness, building your immunity and all that. So of course, you know, what we also do here on the homestead to help to build our immunity, guys. Of course, if we have a cough or a cold come down on us, what we will do, we will simply come on out here in the garden. We will pick some thyme and we will also pick some rosemary, and we will also get some peppermint. And if you want to kind of go a little bit overboard with it, you can add in a little bit of ginger and also some garlic, guys. Okay, now of course that tea right there is going to help to build your immune system. It helps to suppress coughing. So hey, that right there to me is the reason why you should start growing yourself some thyme. Okay, now right now, this time right here, we have the same thyme that we have planted right here for right at about 2 years now, like I said. Okay, right now it is going to flower. The seeds that fell from last year did not germinate. The reason for that is because it is so dense and it is so compact. Well, because it's so dense and sunlight is not able to hit those seeds to help them to germinate. So we just simply come on in and we'll harvest them and utilize the greenery and also the flowers. We'll dry them and we will put them away. But one of the things that I want you to do is to come on around here. Like I said, time is one of those things. This is pretty much the highest that you're going to get it, guys. Now, like I always said, everything that we grow here on the homestead tends to just grow out of proportion. And so with this thyme right here, look at this. Okay, now I'm going to lift this thyme on up and look at this right here, guys. This right here is my raised bed. And look at that. It is pretty much grown to the point where that it is growing out of the bed. Okay, so before I get, well, I'll tell you what. Since we want to keep our hands clean to harvest the thyme, we're going to go ahead and harvest the order of thyme that I have to get together, and then we're going to show you all how to go about getting this thyme to spread or to get more plants in your garden. Okay, so today I have 5 orders of thyme going out. Six. Okay, well, today we have 6 orders of thyme going out, guys. And so what I have here is some rubber band. And this is pretty much, to tie the thyme together. Okay. And right here I have a scissors. Now, sometimes it's really not necessary to come in with the scissors. So what I'm going to go ahead and do, I'm just going to come on in just like this right here. Okay. And that right there is already a pretty nice bundle. Now, if I was just coming out to get a little bit of thyme, I could simply come on in and just
Oh, that smells so nice.
snap that just like that. And look at that. I have a real nice bunch of thyme right here. Okay. So guys, of course, your box store right now, they have quite a bit of thyme out there that they're carrying on the shelves right now. Now, one of the things that I'm going to share with you, if you do go out to buy the thyme, sometimes they plant them pretty dense to make them look real nice and lush. So once you get your container, go ahead and separate them because it's more than actually one plant inside of the container. So separate them on out, and then eventually they will start growing and spreading, how you want them to grow. All right. So that right there is actually a bunch of thyme right there, so we're going to now go ahead and tie it off just like that. So nice bundle of thyme. All right. And so we just come on down here, and I'm telling you guys, it is just a blessing. It's a blessing to be able to come on out here inside of this garden and, hey, just harvest the fruits of your labor. Okay. So what we will typically do we would come on out here and harvest the thyme just like that. Now, you can make the bundle, a bit bigger if you want, because of course it will be for your consumption. You could make it a bit bigger. You can go ahead and dry it. And then what you can also simply go ahead and do once it's dry, you can get it and rub all those leaves off and put them away for storage. Okay. So right there. And I'm telling you, the smell, the fragrance is just so beautiful. Now, of course, you can also use this thyme, into an oil. If you have something that you can use to, get the oil from the thyme, you can also do it that way and use that oil, as you need it. Now, one of the things is you want to also make sure that the amount of this thyme that you're consuming is you don't want to overdo it, okay? Because it can be very potent, all right? And also another thing, another little, another little tip. If you are a pregnant lady, you want to make sure that with this thyme right here, you are not, unless you're getting close to labor and you want to speed things up, that is the only time you really want to consume thyme. Because if you're pregnant, you want to stay away from it. Especially, you know, yeah, stay away from it because it will speed up birth delivery. All right. Now, of course, like I said, I am not a doctor. I am not a physician. So, make sure you do your own research. All right.
And also for people that have blood disorders.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. But you could go ahead, baby. You could talk on that point there.
Yeah, people that have blood disorders, because thyme actually slows down your clotting um, function that your body typically produces when you bleed. So if you have blood disorders, you're cautioned to kind of stay away from or limit severely your intake of thyme.
Man.
But those bundles look really nice and they smell
Oh
amazing.
yeah.
Just standing over here, I could just
Woo.
smell the freshness of the herbs.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And so pretty much what I'm doing, all this that is growing outside of the bed right here, I am just pretty much getting, getting a little handful, a little bundle, and I'm just snipping, guys, just like that. Look at that. Very beautiful. Very beautiful. Like I said, hey, now, one of the things that also, when it comes to cooking, okay, I almost forget to talk about that. Of course, when it comes to cooking back home in Jamaica, when we're cooking that rice and peas, of course, thyme is one of those things that we would put in a pot and boil with our coconut water and, with our scotch bonnet peppers and, the different spices that we would need to bring the flavor up into making that rice and peas. And thyme is just one of those things that it lifts the flavor inside of that Jamaican rice and peas dish. Now, of course, even when you are seasoning meat, we definitely also use that thyme as well when we're seasoning meat. So, not only that, you can use it for respiratory issues such as like asthma and also bronchitis. You can also use it for that as well, guys. So thyme just have a great uh, hey, a plethora of benefits. Now, I don't see why you don't have thyme out there in your garden. So, hey, spring is here. Now it's that time to get outside and plant yourself some thyme. Okay? With thyme, all you have It's time. So get on out there, guys, and get in the garden. And of course, talking about getting out into the garden and planting thyme. Now, what I am going to also do is show you guys right now how to expand this thyme right here on out into your garden bed. Like I talked to my wife and I said, hey, Bebs, you know what? I probably want to go ahead and turn this whole entire bed right here into a thyme bed. This time, really, guys, don't really need a whole lot of attention to grow. Okay, it does not need a whole lot of attention to grow. Every now and again, I'll come on in and I'll add a little bit of water in. I don't really have to put a whole lot of water. Now, the reason for that is because it is sprouting out on top of the soil. It helps to keep the sun rays from pulling up the moisture out of the ground. So therefore, it keep the ground real nice and moist. It's like a green mulch on top. Now, baby, I'm coming around your way. And so right now, what I am going to do, I am going to show you guys how to go about expanding thyme on out into your garden bed. Okay, so right here, if you all come down low, baby. So right here, if you guys see right now, this right here, because it is springtime, right? So what I simply came on in and did, I'll show you here. I'll get me a real nice piece of, let's say this right here. Okay, you'll get this piece right here, just like that. And we'll just go ahead, do a little scrape right there, just like that. Okay, now one of the key thing is you also want to make sure that this ground stay moist. Okay, and we're just going to go ahead and stick that down in the ground as far as you can get it, just like that, keeping the soil moist. And what it's going to do is going to put on roots. Now here is one that I did some time back, not too long ago. We're going to pull that on out. And if you notice right here, guys, see, now that is the beautiful thing about me coming out here and, you know, teaching and help to bring forth a little knowledge in the garden. I like to show by demonstration. Okay, now if you come on in close here, baby, you can see this right here. What this thyme went ahead and did, it went ahead and started putting out roots. So this is, can you see it? Put out roots, guys. So that is the beautiful thing about it. Now, everywhere that you have a little node come out, that's where your roots will come out at, okay? If it's on the ground. Okay. Now, the proof, as you can see, is in the pudding, okay? I'm just going to go ahead, and as you can see, this soil is very nice and moist. We're going to put that back down in the ground, okay? Because yes, we're going to turn this whole entire thyme bed, or this whole entire bed, into a thyme bed instead of coming out here and sprinkle seeds, guys. Now what this is going to do, it's going to generate its own plant. All right, so another thing that I would also do, if you don't want to, say for instance, if it's in the dead of the summertime where that the soil tend to stay a bit more drier, what you can also do, you could simply come on in with this piece right here, because you know they do like to lay down on the ground. Okay, and what you can do is you can make you a little furrow in the ground right here. Can you see? Make you a little furrow in the ground, just like that. And you can lay this piece right down in there, just like that. And you will go ahead and cover that back over with the soil. And over a period of time, what's going to happen, I'm going to show, I think I can show you guys better than I can tell you. So over a period of time, what will happen once you bury a piece like that in the ground, okay, this is what will happen. Let's go ahead and cut that right there. Make sure we get it out real nice and whole. Okay, guys, so look at that. That's what happened right here. As y'all can see, this piece stemmed off of an old piece that I've went ahead and put in. Now, sometimes you don't necessarily have to put it like that. Sometimes it will go ahead and do it on its own because the stem is already resting on the soil. Okay, so that is one right there that hey, that is a plant that I can go ahead and spread on out. I believe I have one more right here. Okay, so what I'm just trying to do is to show you guys how to go about multiplying the thyme on out into your garden. All right, and so here is another one. All right, so what I'm going to go ahead and do now is I'm just going to simply come on in right here. Okay, just going to simply come on in right here, and we're going to just plant that. Now, if you want to go deep down with it, you can. Of course, you want to make sure you leave some greenery above the ground to catch the photosynthesis from the sun.
Okay.
Okay, so, and we're going to go ahead and plant this one right here as well. And what I'm going to do when I plant it, I'm going to plant it this whole stick all the way down into the ground.
Okay.
And hey, you'll put on more root and it can go from there. Okay, so look at that, expanding thyme out into the garden, because all you have is thyme. Just plant the thyme. All right, so here we go, guys. We're going to plant that right there, like I said, deep, just like that right there. And we're going to cover that on in, put a little compaction around it. Now look at that. From thyme that has been established in the garden, all I had to do is come on in, pull from it, and plant out. Now later on, because I have some seedlings in here, later on I will come on out and I'll just plant this whole bed on out with thyme, because we absolutely have customers out there that love thyme, guys. So why not turn this whole entire area into thyme, so that way they can reap the benefit of the thyme as well. Okay, so I pray that I touched on quite a bit with the thyme here. Like I said, your local box store out there have thyme. You want to give it a try, just go to the store, pick you up some thyme, thin them out first, okay? And each plant, you can plant it in different area. As it grows, it's just going to expand. And like I said, this is going on 2 years. I would have to go back and check the archive. This is our second year,
Yeah.
okay? And as you can see, it is still striving, okay? Now I have came on in and also clip off those dead pieces and get them on out the way. And you know, hey, as you can see, all I'm left with is thyme, guys. And I just want to say, and before I go, real quick, can I, well, we are talking about thyme, but nonetheless, guys, I just want to say thanks to each and every one of you all out there for stopping by the Humble Servant Homestead. And as always, peace and blessings to each and every one of you all out there. Now remember, you keep a smile on your face. You be happy, you be cheerful, and you be blessed. Now that smile that you have on your face, guys, you just never know what someone is going through at the time or at the moment. Somebody can even be thinking about taking their life, you know, and just from that smile on your face can change their whole outlook on life, changing their mind from hurting themselves. Because sometimes people walk around in this world, they don't feel love, they don't think anybody care about them. You know, even when you're out and about, just even a simply, howdy do, how are you doing today? You know, one of my things that I usually like to do is I'll say hello, how are you? And I'm telling you guys, it just brings, I like to do that because it just brings so much smile on people's face, you know, and because it's like you hit them off guard. And what I've noticed out there is that so much people, they're just going about their day, you know, and I stop and I look back and I say, man, you know, they just going. People, it's like the Matrix. People is not interacting with one another no more. You may live in the same county, and you know you don't even know you know you may have a neighbor next door that you don't even know, or you know. So just you know, let's just you know start communicating with one another. After all, we are the Most High people, you know, and so nonetheless, that is it right there. Have a blessed day. I will catch you all in another video. It's that time.